I should probably, if I'm gonna smoke, keep it off camera. Got it.
Yeah.
Let's do.
All right, hold on. Give me a second. For the first time in forever, someone is showing up. So
It feels good.
I have to move some things around. Just give me like 3 seconds, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
One might
Hey,
say,
if you're in California, Rush, you can smoke whatever you want.
No,
You're
you can't do it on
almost
stream.
Not on stream.
Yeah, it's not on stream.
You can.
No.
Nope, not on stream.
On my own stream, probably.
Yeah, on your own stream, do that. And then you can lose your sponsorship like Summit. Hey.
He
True.
got another one.
Yeah.
You don't get sponsorship that quick.
Anyway.
You already had it, like.
Layout looks
Yeah, was
good
that
on
affiliate?
the stream from my end.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Do the thing.
The thing. Did you know that if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe with Twitch Prime to one channel of your choice for free, and it could be our channel, and then you would help us feel guilty about not having higher quality content, and maybe that would motivate us to have higher quality content. Maybe.
Accurate. That's good math.
Yeah.
50-50 shot.
All right.
Get that Prime account.
And then hey,
Although, like,
while we're doing
Oh,
this,
yeah.
Dylan, go ahead and give us a super in-depth recap. I'll tell you when to stop.
Super in-depth recap. All right, here we go. So here's what's been happening, ladies and gentlemen. We are golden 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuplet have decided to at last spread our wings and fly, as in join a merchant on the road to go yonder to Tribor. However, we have the reason why we are going to Tribor is because we have been linked up with the Zentrim, who are requesting yet another favor of us. This favor, of course, is spawned from young. It's Varden, right?
Yeah, it's Varden.
Okay, Varden's connections with the Zentrim, as he worked there. It's all good. You just pick a lot of V names, and I keep getting messed up. So Jan Varden has secured. Fuck me. What was I saying? Young Varden has secured us this connection and this job, and we are slowly gaining more and more reputation with this seedy organization of espionage and spies and freedom fighters. This is, of course, after we have fought at the Battle of Golden Fields, where, of course, there was a siege from giants and goblins and bugbears, and we slain them all with no help from the useless ass local guard, who may or may not be fireproof. We never got an answer on that. But we didn't really have to find out, so that's the good thing. Moving right along from there, however, the reason why we're at Golden Fields and why we are leaving Golden Fields, fun fact, we're actually on our way from Golden Fields to Amphale, and on our way to Amphale, so we have this carriage, and this carriage has 2 horses. We are attacked because there is a log in the road. R4 decides to step out and offer them, hey, just walk away, man. They choose not to. So we kill them. All of them. We also set fire to a significant portion of the trees, but not before they decided to kill the horses, kill our drivers, and set the carriage on fire. We did our best to repair the carriage after we'd killed everybody, but there was only so much that we could do, and it wasn't happening. So instead, we decided to load up R4 like a pack horse. Powwow also climbed onto R4's shoulders because he could. And then we just kept moving. So now we are on our way, walking to Amphale, where we are going to meet up with a friend of Beaurenais's whose name is somewhere in my notes, but I don't have my notes up right now because I wasn't expecting to do this. So we'll find out momentarily what that individual's name is.
Drag it out longer.
Arliosa at the Staghorn Flagon.
Yes,
believe
we
it's
are
a she.
speaking to Arliosa at the Staghorn Flagon. And Amphale. We have elected all of us to don our disguises from our rings of disguise. And it is going swimmingly thus far. But moving right back along, why do we have to have these rings of disguises at all? We're heroes, after all. We were the ones who defeated the giants at Golden Fields. We should be having parades and celebrations, and all women should be falling at our feet. They should be throwing kegs of the finest meads, ales, and wines at us. Why are we in hiding?
Don't throw kegs at us. None of us have the strength save for that.
You don't, peasant.
He does.
Why are heroes such as us? And Thero's just going to jump out of the way. His dex score is high enough. It's fine.
True.
Why are
Take half
heroes
damage on
such as
success.
ourselves, such as ourselves, being persecuted so thoroughly? And let me tell you the tale of the Castellantra Villa and the Founders' Day feast.
Deep cuts.
It all started about 3 weeks. Are we good?
No, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing
It all
great.
started about 3 weeks ago when our hapless group, Powwow and R4, a young, strapping young lad from the far northern Moonshay Isles, and his pet robot, Beaurené von Montaigne, Thero, a hapless hobo, and Varden, who was simply a sword for hire. A talented one at that. All of us met up in the Yawning
Yeah, well, my
Portal,
rolls are
very
good.
a very notorious tavern in the city of Waterdeep. As a matter of fact, so notorious, the reason why it's called the Yawning Portal, there are often these boasts of, I'm going to travel into the Yawning Portal, because the Yawning Portal is actually a giant hole in the middle of the bar that leads directly into the Underdark. The Underdark, which is this extensive network of caves and fauna and flora that could not exist in the surface world. It is wild. But we go there and we meet up with a couple of people and they're like, hey, why don't you check out this thing? It's called the Blue Alley. There's something going on over there. And of course we're like, okay, fuck it. We don't have anything else better to do. So we go over there. Pardon me.
I like the way we picked up a transatlantic in the middle of this.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not sure how
see?
that happened. That's why I took a drink.
Go to the Blue
Yeah,
Alley.
I needed
Stay
to-
in, and we're
I
going to
needed
Blue
to-
Alley. Then we're going to fight some baddies.
Yeah, I needed to break out of it. That's why I took the drink.
You're
Because
killing
if
it.
not, that was just going to keep going.
You're doing great.
We're going to be that 1930s racehorse.
Killing it.
So we go to the Blue Alley. We see
Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
Of course, this
Bye,
happens
Mike.
while I'm editing the things.
naturally. What
Every
else
time.
was it supposed to happen?
That's the
Come
only time
on.
it can happen.
Come on, now there's double me.
All right. So, as I was saying, so we go to the Blue Alley. We do things over there. I can't really remember a lot. It was like a year and a half ago. But we keep going. We make quite a name for ourselves. We get one of the first editions, as a matter of fact, which is probably going to be valuable at some point in time, of Volo's Guide to Monsters. Pretty significant. So, however, we get involved and we find out that there is a stone that may or may not lead someone to a tomb.
This is like
That's not just a
deeper, way deep cuts here. Okay, keep going. I like it.
Oh no, we're
Whoa.
going back, my man.
Whoa.
So there's this arson investigator, right?
There's this arson investigator who may or may not still be working with the Waterdeep Guard.
Probably.
I didn't
setting things on fire.
investigated our fire.
They have
He
more
might have.
important things to look at right now.
However, I'm pretty sure that there aren't really that many fires. I think that like there's not too many fires in Waterdeep, so I think they knew he was an arsonist and brought him on so that this way they could justify having an arson department, you know? It was like one of those like, oh man, if we don't use this funding, we're gonna lose it. So like,
Literally, the like the idiom for like creating your own problem is firemen starting fires.
yeah, like, oh man, we have to justify giving these guys money. They hired this fucking weirdo. So anyway, so we go and we find out there's this stone. This stone will lead us to a tomb that is not actually a tomb, but instead is a vault. And this vault contains within it 500,000 gold dragons and 1 gold dragon. Let that sink in. So we go and we begin our investigation to try to find this stone.
All right, now switch it up to like a Charlie Day trying to explain Pepe Sylvia.
I can't. I don't have the energy for that right now.
Lucky parents, Xanathar. Who is this Xanathar? I go looking. There is no Xanathar. This whole city's just NPCs.
All right, Mike, pick it up. You got it. Let's do it.
It's all just Tom. I don't know. I don't remember the rest of the skit after that.
That's alright. I'll keep this going.
Okay.
So we ended up getting into a little bit of hot water with some of the. We actually end up linking up with the Harpers, which are an elitist group of some very, very well-to-do individuals in Waterdeep, such as masked lords, high-profile wizards, nobility of just the general sort, people who have a lot of money to throw at things they don't fully understand because it makes them happy. We link up with this guy named Rainier Neverember. Rainier is evidently the heir to this.
I'm done, by the way. Keep it going. I'm done.
We find the vault. We steal all the money. Renee gets killed. We find out that it's due to these people called the Castellaners. The Castellaners were actually servants of Asmodeus to appease him and save their kids. They sacrificed 100 people and gave him 1 million gold. In response, we attacked his wife and burned his villa to the ground and left Waterdeep. Now we're wanted men traveling from Golden Fields.
Hey, and look at that. Welcome to another episode of Tabletop Gents, where a bunch of us scroll over have lost control of our lives, so we try to take control of our fictional ones.
I stalled. I did my job, motherfucker.
That was the best introduction ever. Well,
That was longer than the opening monologue for the campaign.
there was a lot of backstory. Shit.
Yeah. So anyway, and
I was ready to just.
At no point in any of that did we even discuss who Thero was, but it's fine
Yeah, we did.
because even Thero doesn't know who he is.
We got a basic overview with him.
I said hapless hobo.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I will
that's about
appreciate that Boren is the only character who doesn't get a descriptor. I'm just Boren.
Bernie von Montaigne.
You carry weight.
That's it. That's all we know about him.
That's all I've got. Yeah,
you
we have
carry
a
weight, though.
strap. Somehow Powwow is strapping.
I mean,
Because he's overly sexualized.
if you mean like his leather BDSM straps, maybe, but otherwise.
At one point, he had a gimp mask. I don't know if we remember that he did have a gimp mask.
Did he have a gimp
Franklin,
mask? Or is it familiar?
Franklin was wearing the gimp mask.
Oh no!
The
They got-
Bardrovian Bulb.
it got melted when like the black slime, the black ooze or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was right. That was right.
Aw,
The Bardrovian
Melted the
Ball.
leather.
Yeah.
that was so fun.
Anyway, so gentlemen, you are now after crossing through. Let me get back to pan mode. Let me get back to pan mode. You are now, after crossing from Golden Fields and the giant open plains, after being ambushed by tribal warriors, you have making your way through an unconventional route towards Amphale, just north of Rastlancer, which is just a little bit more north than Waterdeep. Upon getting close, you guys don your disguises. Thero, you have a ring of disguise, by the way. If you'd like to change your appearance at any given point, you can for 8 hours.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
I'm assuming the whole group did it already.
The whole group did it already.
Yep.
If everyone
I
wants
will
to go
join.
through and say what they've done.
I'm that late 18th century safari Englishman. Like
Think-
Winston
Ah.
Overwatch.
The dad from Tarzan, like
Winston from
Jane's-
Overwatch,
Jane's
really?
dad from Tarzan, or that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild thornberries.
Yeah.
Crashing.
Okay. Muted.
Yep. I'm the same height. I am a Goliath with blue skin and silver and red armor.
Goliath. Oh. It's a good move.
Thank you.
I'm a drow dressed basically the same as Powwow, but with like a robe over top of that.
Okay.
I changed my skin color.
Alright, I'm gonna be pretty in disguise. I'm gonna blend in. So I'm gonna be human. And I'll just have some, like, not common clothing, but just barely under. And I'm gonna attempt to be serious about it as Thero. With
What
my
the-
lack of knowledge of clothing.
What did Savian do? Savian.
Oh, Sabian turned into a human with like silvery hair, like an undercut, and he's just kind of like a plain human, just with an undercut. So you guys begin approaching the walls of Amphail. Not much in terms of like super high defense. R4 currently in this Goliath form, carrying this giant 2 casks of no one knows what's in it, and your 2 gentlemen, Billy and Phineas, with you as you guys begin making your way to the city of Amphail. Eventually you come across the actual gates to Amphail, where there's a couple of individuals standing guard, kind of lackadaisical, not really paying too much attention to the surroundings of them, but doing their due diligence of making sure that everyone who comes in is, states the reason why they're entering and then how long they'll be staying, type deal. And you can see them jotting that down in some sort of ledger. And eventually you all make your way to these individuals. And, excuse me. Welcome to Amphail.
Oh, thank you, good sir. It's good to be here.
It's good to have you.
Are you still on top of me?
Quite.
Okay. Making sure.
Like,
So if I can just get your names for our ledgers, for record keeping purposes. We'll start with you up top, the tall man here. Your name?
Sir Percival Sandwich. Archaeology, Esquire, Extraordinaire.
Okay, we didn't need the job titles, but thank you. You, big one?
Shield breaker.
Okay. You got a real name, or are we using our fake ones here?
He's a Goliath man. They go by those funky names, you know this.
That's fair. I've never met one of them. Okay. You, sir, and he points to you, Berene.
Blackston.
I feel like we're getting playfully racist, but okay.
No?
You there with the swords? You there? Does he not talk?
which one? Which one? Top or bottom?
At this point, I'd just be thankful for a name. Honestly, whoever.
Joshua Clifton.
Okay. Oddly normal. Got it. Okay. And you, sir?
Victor Quinn.
Victor Quinn. Okay. And the purpose of your visit?
Oh,
My
I'm
God.
so glad that you've asked. We are traveling northward on a grand adventure towards bones and mystery. Shall I go into details?
I'm just gonna write archaeology. Okay.
Did you really pick another V name?
He did.
Oh my fucking god, Wayne.
We need
And,
to, we need to purchase a new carriage and 2
What the
horses.
fuck?
and
They're all Vondros.
and the purpose, and how long will you be staying?
Most likely the day.
Yes.
At latest, we'll leave tomorrow morning.
You got it. 48 hours is what I'll put.
It's good.
And then he puts that ledger aside, and he pulls out another book, and he opens that, and he starts looking at it, and then looking at you all, and looking at it, and flipping through the pages. And he closes the book and he goes, "Everything looks good. Welcome to Amphail."
Perfect.
Jolly good.
You would not know the directions to the stables, would you not?
That's right, Drow are French now. I forgot.
They are. Always been French.
No. Yeah, no. If you go in, go straight toward the town center. You can't miss it. It's not a big town. Go there, and then hang a right, and then eventually follow the smell of horse shit.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
After you, Sir Percival.
Ha! Hacha! Witch!
Imagine him just
And
making
Ivy
the
do
mouth
it.
sound.
He has
The whip is currently.
He has a whip.
So are you just
Yeah.
cracking the whip into the air? All right, fuck it.
I'll tip the guard a silver as we walk by. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And then you all enter, and you've entered the city of Amphail. Allow me to change the music.
Smooth as silk, boys. Good job.
We might want to adjust our numbers in the future. They're probably looking for a specific number of people.
You're right. We should kill one of us.
Or add one, I was
Well,
thinking.
we
but-
did that.
Or we just
Oh.
travel in two
That
separate
probably helped.
groups.
We have the merchants with us.
Oh, that helped a lot then.
Oh, yeah.
Also, we're fairly standard adventuring party size.
Yeah, that's true. There are probably lots of groups of 3 to 6 people on the roads.
One say the roads are designed for 4 people.
Yeah, when you start getting more than 6, you really start ending up like with
Listen, the homeless man hasn't been on the road much, okay?
difficulty
Fuck.
skills.
Is there a jeweler? I would like to replenish my stock.
Oh shit! Probably should ask the guard that. We can go
So,
back,
yeah.
right, Showbreaker?
Oh, and Sabian gave his name as Tobias, by the way.
We named the dog Tobias.
Not you. We named the dog Tobias.
So, what is
For the
the... as you approach the... what you see is... this is mainly a... You picked the greatest town to show up to. This town is mainly made for, or was built for, breeding and training horses. You'll see that along the routes, you'll see that rich people have maintained secluded estates in the hills of the town, and the farmland is plentiful. And you see stands of dark and duskwood and spruce trees are almost everywhere. As you approach the one corner of the town square, you see a giant black stone statue of a famous war stallion. You see that it's a rearing stone horse of, and at the moment is painted in bright colors. You see a couple children who climb this horse statue and pretend to ride the horse statue as well.
Is this horse
Um,
of significance? Can we do a history check or something?
If you'd like to make a history check, you could. See if you know anything
I'm gonna
about
start asking the commoners
it. Okay.
about the horse.
Okay. Go ahead and make a history check, Victor Quinn. Throughout the history check, you remember something of being someone from the fighting pits. You know about quality horses, and you know for combat, and you know that this was a statue of the great Shalarn, a prized war stallion that was bred in Amphail a long time ago. And every once in a while, you may come across someone who claims that their horse is a descendant of this horse and would try to garnish a little bit more money for the trade of the horse. Thero, upon talking to a couple people, and including some kids, you know that this statue is what Varden mentions. And that every once in a while a prankster will show up and come paint the horse a different color, and the kids are allowed to throw rocks, throw stones at birds perched on the statue itself to help keep it free of droppings.
Shit. Interesting.
Important horse.
Within spitting distance, you see a tavern with a simple wooden signpost over it that says Staghorn Flagon.
Staghorn, Flaghorn. I said.
Sure.
Party can't have nice things.
I mean, this is the Funky Bunch.
It's true. This is the Funky Bunch. So,
It seems like that's our meeting spot. If we don't want diamonds and horses,
That it is.
you know, standard things you pick up when you go to town.
Well, they could point us in the right direction, I would assume.
But this is the left, right?
With your friend.
wandering around, you also notice an obscene amount of decorations. Banners all over the place, tapestries very well strung out, streamers of different colors casted over different things. And it looks like the town is preparing for some sort of party or festivity.
Can I bump into someone and say, "Excuse me, I just got to town. What's going on here?"
And some old guy with like gray hair goes, "What do you mean?"
This event, it seems pretty extravagant.
"Oh, that's old. Lord Roaringhorn's 63rd birthday is coming up, and he wants everyone to know it."
Leader of the town?
"Yes, he is."
Got it. Okay.
What was that name again, sir?
Lord Roaringhorn. First name is Tylander.
I appreciate your time, sir.
Anytime. So, gentlemen, what would you like to do?
We go to the Staghorn Flagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Staghorn flag.
All right. So, you guys make your way to the Staghorn, and when you open the door, it's a cozy and warm atmosphere. You see this old, gray-haired, middle-aged woman standing behind the bar, tending to different people, and then running drinks back and forth to the tables. And you see a couple of like gnomes who are helping her run and bus tables as well.
Is there any patrons that look magic?
Look magic?
Yeah.
Just
Just as bullshit sounding as Borne would think when he walks in.
Who
Are
here
you
looks like they know
magic?
how to read?
Any
That's what
pointy
Borne wants to
hats?
say.
Anyone who's currently casting prestidigitation at this second that I walk in?
no, none of that.
Master or mistress of disguise. I can appreciate that. So yeah, I'll go up to the bartender.
Never mind.
Well, I mean, if V-Man,
I was just gonna say, do you want to take her into a private room or something so we can talk, or do you want to?
well, we gotta find who she is first, right?
We have to find her first.
Well, we can just ask. But yeah,
Plus, I imagine if this is her home, we can just go to her home.
sure.
Probably.
Anyway, as you were. My bad.
So yeah, I'll go up to the to the bartender, and bonjour, grand-mère. I'm looking for a Aliosa. Do you know someone like that who frequents this pub?
Yeah, I do actually. I do know someone who frequents that. It's me.
Oh, it's fortunate. I was told I was given a letter to meet you here.
Told to meet me.
Yeah.
And who, may I say, gave you this invitation?
Um.
And you see she's almost kind of mocking your accent or mimicking your accent.
Yeah, it's not good. Oh shit, who was it? Start with an M?
Arliosa.
No, the person who sent me this letter.
Oh,
Mirrors.
Miros. There. Yes, I did. It's on a different thing. From Miros.
Miros tells you to talk to me? How sweet of
Yes.
him. How sweet of him. Did he say why?
No, he did not. He said if I was an unveil to talk to you.
Oh, well. He does like checking in on me. You see, we used to be in the carnival together.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a carnival. He was a common attraction for the carnival. People would show up and see this grizzly man covered in fur. But anyway, I thank you for checking in on me on his behalf.
I was sent a letter. I decided to check in, grab a pint. Is no problem for me on the trail, you know.
Well, thank you.
What is good here in Amphale? See, you're having a carnival of some sort.
I'm gonna lean down next to the fuck is your name? Blackston.
Braxton.
This is
Braxton.
backwards, isn't it?
Wait, did you say Braxton?
Braxton.
Okay, we definitely heard Blackston.
Yeah, I tried to roll. I can't fucking roll R's. I can't do that little tappy thing. I'm just. Michael Grimm is too white for that shit.
Now we fucking know, because I was definitely like, this is
Braxton.
sus. Now, all right, we have cleared
You're
the
the
air.
best.
All right, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Braxton,
I should have gone
cool.
with that name. Billy Blackton.
So R4 is gonna, or pardon me, Shieldbreaker leads into Braxton. I don't think she knows who you really are.
Any
Perhaps
tattoos?
somewhere a little bit more secluded to have this conversation.
Any visible tattoos on her?
Make a perception check.
No, right.
She actually has plenty of tattoos, and none of them are good. You can tell that these tattoos are kind of like carnival tattoos, like just done by like other people who might have been in the carnival with an ink stick and like who's like, hey, like I know how to do tattoos. But
No snakes.
no snakes, nothing like that. So she begins to pull out some glasses. She goes, would any of you like a drink?
I would love one.
Not one,
I'll definitely take one, thank you.
two,
Yeah.
three.
I have a couple of chores before I get into my nightly routine.
Okay.
Is there a jeweler in town?
A jeweler? Depends on what you're trying to do.
Large diamonds.
No.
Expensive ones, at least.
Well, expensive you can find, but large, no.
This is good.
It may work.
We'll see. So 3 drinks coming right up. And
Merci.
she.
Also, where is he?
Oh, it's just on the other side of the square.
Oh, Pip. I'm out.
Yeah, she goes to turn around. She's like, it's called the. Oh, he's gone. Okay.
Like that's Steve.
And R4 with the fucking barrels just.
So she begins,
Don't mind them. It's quite normal.
We never found out where those are going.
Yeah, she hands.
We don't even know what's in them.
She hands you the three different glasses filled with ale, and she goes, "So, what is it that you do?"
I am a expert in the arcane artifacts and other shows. It's a sandwich finds. It is different archaeological digs. Mes amis here, qu'est-ce que c'est, non? Joshua et Victor, they are, how you say, the muscle. They protect us from things like orcs and goblins and other mercenaries who might be fucking with a dig site, you know. We go, you know, from ruins and towns, and we look for things. Yeah, we were at Golden Fields. We met your friend Miros. There was these hill giants. Trema, it's not good.
Hill giants. What
yes,
what
many.
happened? What happened? I'd love to hear the story.
Oh, you see, so we show up to Golden Fields, and you know, we have some things, you know, but it's a night. You know, these hill giants, these bugbears, these orcs and goblins and other, you know, cuckoo, they come over the walls and, you know, they're burning, they're pillaging. It's a whole sight. So, you know, so I am spelling and Joshua, he is shooting his bow and he's a rapier that's very good at stabbing, you know.
Careful, friend. You might make a crowd around us. You carry
I'm-
around.
And as you're telling the story, like a group of people are like gathering around you, like to hear, and they're like getting really invested in this story.
Yeah, so
What's
so
the area?
So we go from one side of the town to the other. We are fighting. There are so many people in these wheat fields, and we are going to the wheat fields. We're like, oh, where are they? Oh, they are here. We stab and we shoot. It's a whole thing. And so these hill giants, they come over the walls. It is like Attack on Titan. It is something that you saw, incredible. You know. So they come over, and we're like, oh, we need to shoot all of the spells and all of the arrows at these, you know, cancelos over here. So we do that. One dies. The other, he is, you know, Titleist. His enemy, he is dead now. You know, more. So he says, "Oh, my friend is dead." We say, "Oh, well, your friend is dead. You have no reason to fight. You should take us to the hill giants camp." He says, "Oh, I will not do that. I don't even know where it is. I don't know where I am now." So we say, "Okay, goodbye. We will go to Amphail. We have other business to attend." But Miros, he was in the attack with us. He says, "Oh, my friends, if you're going to Amphail, you should talk to Arliosa. I know her. She is there." And now we are here. It's a short story. You are the mute.
So you're something of adventurers then.
Well, adventure finds us most of the time, but we do not say no.
I've met my fair share of adventurers in my day, and I will say that some of them have captivated me, if you know what I mean. And And-
Tu es un frère, je pense.
she pulls out like a little necklace, and it's got like this like wooden ring on it. And like upon further inspection, you see like it's like adorned with like dancing nymphs. And she goes, "This was actually given to me by a adventurer like you, and you know, he went off for an adventure and he never came back."
It's the nature of the adventurer sometimes. You know, sometimes you are the hammer and sometimes you are the nail.
But I would love to hear more stories of this. And everyone's like, yeah, me too. Like,
J'ai beaucoup
I'm gonna be
d'histoires.
cheersing some of the people at the
Yeah.
bar and
yeah.
getting real comfy.
And as you guys all get real comfy, R4 and Powwow, you exit the tavern and you make your way back into the festivities that is Amphail during the morning.
To the jeweler.
To the jeweler across the way.
We're getting our morning drink on.
Are
Is
you
there
the jeweler?
anything
Yeah.
that looks?
bit of
Are you've
brunch.
jumped down, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sabian
Let's
actually
say, are we
helps you-
just-
Sabian actually helped you down as you guys exited the bar. Like he's like, all right, come on, you're being ridiculous at this point.
After that.
if you oversell it, you're not selling it. It's a weird. People are gonna know you're faking it if you're doing it too much.
I don't understand what you're talking
I don't know what you're saying.
I figured you would. We should at least learn what the
I
jewelers.
can visualize this, by
And
the
then
way.
Sabian like walks up to like some random kiosk. And goes, "Do you know the name of the jeweler shop?" And then the guy goes, "Yeah, it's called the Pounded Gem." And then Sabian goes, "Thank you," and then walks back and goes, "We're going to the Pounded Gem."
The Pounded Gem. Bully.
All right. When it's just us, I don't think you need to.
I have to live the role, Savian. I don't think you understand how this process works.
I don't know how your process
awful.
works.
We both know that he's not going to break character until we leave this place.
Well,
Mhm.
okay. At least break the character when the spell wears off. Then.
Why is
You
this
might be
taking-
asking for too much.
Sure.
I applaud the man for his dedication to his accent. I mean, seriously.
All right. Anyway, you make your way to
I don't break character till the director's commentary is over.
I'm a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
Yeah,
That's legally true.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you make your way to the Pounded Gym, and then you make your way inside. The little bell rings above the door, and you can see this dark-skinned man with like graying hair. Is like black. It's salt and peppered up top. Just sitting there with like the magnifying monocle and like just looking at some gems. He looks up. Help you.
I certainly hope you can, sir. I'm in the market for diamonds.
Well, I got diamonds if you need to buy them.
I'm looking for diamonds of an expensive taste, approximately 300 gold per.
Huh.
Indeed.
Takes his monocle out. And you can see like he's got a giant cataract, like it's serving no purpose. Dylan lost it again.
He's losing his shit right now.
I didn't expect the cataract comment. I'm fucked up. Just keep going.
And then he goes, "And why, may I ask, are you looking for something so expensive?"
Well, it's to essentially keep my fellows alive. You see, I work in the archaeology business, and when you go into ruins, you tend to find things that want you quite dead. And we like to prevent that from happening from time to time.
Okay, well, here's what I can do. I can. Side note, I have no bots in my chat, by the way, for anyone watching. If you want to know about the giveaway, once I hit 20 subs, I will be giving away 32 gigs of RGB Corsair Vintage Pro RAM to one of my subs. So sub away. Now, I have diamonds that you could buy. Now, I can't say that they'd be... Now, who's to say this arbitrary price? Like, if I sell you a diamond, I say it's 300 gold pieces worth. Now, if I say it's 300 gold, will that work for you?
Man. You know, let me just show you a comparison. I know this one works. I pull out one of mine.
Okay, I got nothing that
Yeah.
big.
Damn.
I got nothing that big. But I can't sell you a bunch of diamonds and say that it's 300.
Well, that could help. That could help in the future.
You're right, you could.
And we're
If I'm willing to accommodate this offer, if you also have a kit that I can use to crush them.
Deal.
All right. How?
And he
I lost
spits
my
on
train
his
of
hand and and begrudgingly he shakes it, pulls it back, and
Here we go.
I do love your customs in this town.
And hold it back.
Banker, how much should you say we should spend on these?
What?
psst, I think he's talking to you.
We're making a future investment here. They won't help us now, but they will help us later. For things like restoration and such.
wait. What will?
Crush the diamonds.
You're not there.
That's true.
Yes. We should always try to at least prepare a little bit more for what's ahead.
So,
Plus, who knows what other things we may need to crush later.
yes, that's true as well. So how much do we have and how much should we spend is essentially what I'm asking. Maybe 500?
Well, how many sets of 300's worth of diamonds can we get? Or is it just the one?
And then you see this guy. He takes out like a leather roll and unrolls them. Like sleeved individually is a series of different gems, and then a whole row dedicated just to diamonds. None of them, about all of them, are almost about half the size of the diamond that you showed. He goes, this is my selection, and I can get these to you, all 6 of these. Let's say about 600 gold, including the kit. It's 100 gold apiece.
That sounds reasonable. Any objections? What about you, old Silverhead? Do you agree with this?
I mean, it's not what you were looking to buy, but it's something that you're going to buy. It's not like we won't use it.
It's true. Sure. Let's do it.
Alrighty. So he takes out a small little wooden box and he opens it up. It's empty, and he begins to put like a small hammer in there, a small like little magnifying monocle, and everything that would be accompanied inside a jeweler's kit. And then he goes, "Do you want the diamonds in the kit? Do you want them bagged, wrapped,
Bagged would do. Yes.
individually, or all in one?"
Oh, all in one, so I know.
No worries. And then he just takes a pair of like tweezers and begins pulling them out of their sleeves and putting them in a bag, and then passes you the bag, or puts the bag and the box on the table for you.
All right. Would you please pay the man?
I'm gonna just try to gently set down one of these barrels. reach into the bag, give him 600. try not to reveal that I have just a literal bag full of gold.
Okay. Normally I'd say make a sleight of hand check, but we'll see you got it. So, you exchange the gold for your items, and you have successfully added these items to your inventory.
Wonderful. So, should we go look at the stables now? Oh, and also, thank you for your patronage. Wonderful. Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well.
Should we go to the stables now, or should we wait until we're actually leaving?
Wait until we're leaving. I don't want to have to take care of them while we're up to other things.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Well, tally-ho, back to the pub.
Back at the pub, Bonet is regaling in events that have happened in his life. Theo, Varden, you're not sure if some of these stories are true. You were there for some of them, but not all of them.
I'm as
Yeah,
hyped.
we're
man.
enjoying every fucking second of this.
I'm hyping up every story he's telling and
Yeah.
just
I also
And
just
with-
reread
doing my
spell
best.
components. It's diamonds worth 300, so
Okay.
it works.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's almost like after every story you tell, someone's buying you guys another drink just to hear another story.
Dis-moi, she tells me, you cannot buy insurance for the place that has been damaged after it has been damaged. And I said, but how do you know when it's been damaged or not? I did not say anything about that, but it turns out that me, we are bad liars. And we had to pay full price for insurance and fixed up our bar. It is crazy how, in Waterdeep, you cannot get away with anything, including insurance fraud.
Arlios is like leaning on the table, like chin on hands, just enthralled in every story you're saying.
You would think that Goliath, such as him, but no, she is how you say, a tough bitch.
I think somebody's got to get laid tonight.
Hey, I mean, you pay for a room or do not pay for a room. Well, what's gonna happen? I don't know.
Powwow, R4, Sabian eventually make their way back through the doors of the pub.
Mr. Sandwich and Shieldbreaker. You have just come in time for the next round. I think we are doing shots of whiskey or something like that. Did you find the diamonds?
Yes. Stock.
Okay. You do not need a diamond worth 300 gold.
Yes.
They can add up to the sum.
Yes.
So, like 6 diamonds worth 50 gold. It's fine.
I indeed understand
just-
that now.
Handful when you cast.
Yes.
Okay.
I was thinking of another spell.
Yeah, material components can be a bitch.
Yes, that's why I avoid them as much as possible.
Same
Ah,
sometimes.
you guys and your fancy magic. I'll get there eventually.
You also have magic.
I barely know how to
Just
figure
remember,
that
you
shit
can
out.
cast mage hand. You can do all kinds of things.
Yeah, just barely, and I twiddle my mage hand a little.
See.
That's still bad.
This is why I just
Doesn't do
use a
much.
sword.
Yeah, well,
Now,
one of these days you will find you need a material component for your sword, huh?
Oh.
You swing at something ethereal. Turns out you needed a magical sword the whole time.
It is a magic sword.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck. Damn it, nah, I did not know what kind of sword you had.
Oh.
now, have we figured out a reason why we were sent here?
No. To tell stories and get drunk, the same as Golden Fields. That's all I've gotten so far. I do not stay on task well. It's honestly the accent's a lot. Like between me and you.
Yes. I don't know who would do a stupid accent like that.
I do not know. This is what an inside check looks like in person. I see you, Mr. Sandwich. I see you.
I see you're a monster.
I have known people from the Moonshay Islands who do not talk like that.
So while they are bickering,
Sabian's like raising
Squabbling?
his hand, like, yep.
The two are from
Well, they're-
Bardravia.
while they're bickering, Shieldbreaker is going to lean in a little bit closer to Arliosa. Madam Starhenge, you wouldn't happen to be looking for someone named Beauharnais von Montaigne, would you?
I've never heard of that name before, so no. Why do you ask? Maybe I should keep an ear out.
No, just curious. It's a personal type of thing. Thank you.
Well, I will say no killing in my bar if you do come across him.
That won't be necessary. And I'm just going to stand back up, still holding these giant fuck all kegs. Because I haven't put them down yet.
You sound kind of upset
This
about it.
actually that raises two good questions, Mama Rubiosa. One, do you have a room where we could put our equipment and things like that? With our Shieldbreaker here, he's not a machine. He must put things down now and then. Right, Shieldbreaker?
Do we intend to stay the night?
What time of the day is
I
it?
mean, I'm fucked up, so yeah.
It's like just now getting. Or no, let's see. It was like. It was probably like in the later. Around noon when you guys started on foot. So it's probably about 3 o'clock when you got there. So right now it's probably about getting about 5. Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
So it actually probably wouldn't be a bad idea for us to crash here for the night and then just
Yeah,
pick up in
grab
the
some
morning.
food.
Are the roads dangerous at night to travel on?
Well, any road's dangerous to travel on at night. I can't say I've heard of any attacks close to the city, but once you get along the long road, in the middle of nowhere, bandits maybe.
What about any other nefarious criminal organizations, like, say, the Centaur?
I can't say that I know anything about that.
It is
So Sandwich, considering that we were attacked on our way here,
I would like to attempt to see if she's bullshitting or not.
Make an inside check.
Yes, sir.
Did not tell that story.
Sight. Not insightful.
10. Just being genuine.
Okay.
Hard to read, but
Got a whole +0 to it.
Well, I suppose we might as well set up a room. Sounds
Okay.
like it would be wise. The next town is quite a distance away, correct? Going north?
depends on what town you're trying to go to.
No, we're going quite far. But the next rest stop, I should say.
Well, there's the next town along, if you're traveling along the long road, would be Red Larch. And that one's about 80 or so miles.
So a 2-day journey at
We have to make
best.
camp.
Yes.
You'll go right past the West Woods, which you might get a little hairy there, but
I do like it, Harry.
yeah.
Do you have a room?
See, the joke is that he keeps
That
himself
was an
completely
involuntary
shaven.
a room. You like a room for all of you?
Oh,
I think we'll need at least 3 rooms.
3?
Or, but there's 4 rooms. So I don't know how many people need their own.
We also have Billy and Phineas.
And Shieldbreaker has his kegs on his back.
Well, if
So
you'd
there
like,
is 8 of us.
Friends of Miros can have the can use the storage room for your casks if you like.
Merci beaucoup.
I assure you that I am the only one with the key to it.
I'm going to look over at Billy and Phineas. Are you okay with that?
They are passed out drunk.
With, yep.
I'll probably
They deserve
pass
it
out
after
with
the
them.
ordeal they've had.
That's fair. They did die and come back to life. I don't
They
blame
did die, indeed.
them. Then I guess we'll trust her.
Okay. She like
His name's
guides you
Owen.
over to like the storage room and like takes a necklace from off her hip, and then or takes a key from off her hip and unlocks the door and opens it. And it's just inside is like some other musky casks of ale or different types of alcohols. But there's more than enough room in the storage room for those 2 casks.
Just tuck them off to the side a little bit.
Okay. And then
Maybe.
she closes the door behind you and locks it.
Take the knife and like mark it so we know which one's exactly ours.
Okay. No worries. So, how many
So-
rooms?
Je pense 4, right?
Well, I only
And
need
we
one.
will double bunk each other in the 2
4
2
rooms,
room.
please.
Yes.
4?
2 for them, and then 1 for me and Joshua, 1 for Victor, and merde, j'oublie son
Same.
nom.
You're doing so well.
Tobias. That is true because he is named after the l'oiseau. So 1 for Victor and Tobias, and then 1 for Shieldbreaker and Mr. Sandwich.
Okay. It'll be 3 copper per room.
A copy for room. That is.
No worries.
Uh,
I will give her.
I'm gonna just
2
give her
silver.
a silver. Yeah.
I will both give her a silver. Then say, hey, this is for the drinks and the rooms, and I mean, for those 2.
Okay. And then she puts the coins like in her, tucks them in, right there. And turns around and then goes to a lockbox and then opens up a lockbox and grabs a series of keys and just begins handing them out to you all.
Merci, Mama.
Thank you.
Do
Mumble.
hope you enjoy your stay.
We should carry the drunks to their room.
Indeed. I've got it. Just gonna reach down.
As you go to grab them and like throw them over your shoulders, whatever, the pressure on their stomachs and everything like that, just a little bit of spittle comes up from one of them as he just like it's just like landed on his stomach onto your shoulder, and it's just like forced out.
He'll be fine. I'll make sure they're laying face down.
On their sides.
Whatever.
If anyone in this room has spent a couple nights shit-faced in a pub room, it is Braxton. C'est moi.
Okay.
I'll go drop them off at their room. And
Okay.
come back down.
No worries.
And
You-
I'll make sure I lock them in. And then slide the key under their door.
Okay. No worries. You put them in a very simple room. It's two beds with like hay mattresses, just a sheet covering it, nothing extraordinary, not even like a nightstand or anything like that in the room. This place is just for sleeping, and that's it.
I respect it. I go back downstairs.
Okay.
What time is it? Roundabout.
Probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock at this point.
Sir Sandwich, I believe it's almost about time for us to retire. We want to leave bright and early.
Indeed.
And then you guys probably casted your rings at about 3:30. So still got about a few hours left on your disguises.
Okay. I thought we cast it earlier than that.
I clarified it for you when you asked, when I asked if you wanted to do it closer to the town. So
Okay.
Either way, they
Yeah,
put
for
this
some reason,
anywhere
I
from
thought we got there by like noon.
8 to 11. Yeah.
Is there any reason to go out? Is there any activity outside?
I mean, just from your times walking to the flagon and then to the jeweler and back, you saw rows of tents and picnic tables just covered with like super elegant and expensive looking food, flagons of ale and other drinks were just being served out in the open. People were just having a really good time outside.
Did I find out the date for that?
Yeah, it was in 2 days.
2 days. We don't know if it's worth staying for, do we?
I do not think we'll be staying for Joshua. We should, like Mr. Sandwich said, we should head out early tomorrow. In fact, I think tonight, before I retire, I will go to the stables and procure a number of the horses for us. Just so that they are there, waiting for us in the morning. I do not think we'll have to pay to stable them for the night, but if we show up at 5 a.m., I do not think that the guy will be there, basically. Mama Ardiosa, what is this festival that is happening? It's for the Lord's birthday, right?
It is, yep. His 63rd birthday, and he wants everyone to know about it.
Is that special and unfair, or
Nope. He just thinks he's
So-
more important than he actually is.
was the 62nd birthday like this?
Nope.
Huh. What has changed?
I don't know.
It's a good year. Have you gotten any? I mean, you own a tavern in the town square. You are a mistress of whispers. No? Have you heard anything curious about this? About, inviting people out of town? Anything strange other than that they are throwing a festival for this?
Well, there's 3 houses that rule the town. The Amcathers, the Izimers, and the Roaring Horns. Those are the 3 richest families. And I think this might have something to do with him trying to prove that maybe he might be a little bit more richer than the other 2 families.
Okay.
I think that's what I've heard.
So when you say there are 3 families who rule the town, but there is one lord.
Right, the Lord Warder of Amphale is the Ilzimmer family.
Zimmer. Okay. So,
Member of the Lord's Alliance, that one.
Lord Thailander. What is his relation to the Ilzimmer, who is in the Lord's Alliance?
Just a bunch of rich families. I
But they do not.
I misspoke earlier about Roaring Horn being the mayor or the town, whatever. When I said that.
Oh, he is just a
Yeah, just a
rich man about town.
Yeah.
Oh, so he is a patriarch of of one of the competing families in town here. That is, if I know juicy drama in a town, it is that there are 3 rich people, of which one thinks he is above the rest. That is, as a tripolar system of chaos.
The last thing we want to do is get involved with more noble people's business.
Well, that is true. Which is why, if the sun comes up at 5:30, well, we should be out of town at 4:45. So, I think I will take... Victor, do you want to come with me? We'll go to the stables. We'll procure some horses. I take his stoic silence as a yes. We will go, Victor.
Sorry, what? Sorry, my bad.
Your name is Victor, and me and you, my name is Blackstan, and we will go to the horse stables, and we will get his horses.
Let's go to the stables.
D'accord.
Savian kind of chimes in. I think he's like whispering. I think R4's the one with the money, so I think maybe
Good point.
take him with you because it'd be real awkward if you show up and you
Not
go to
order
pay
for
the
horses.
and you don't have the money for the horses.
That's right. But his name is Shieldbreaker.
I'm whispering.
I cast message. Yeah, but you're not that whispering.
Points up at the ceiling.
Victor, I will go grab Shieldbreaker because
Powwow,
yes.
you see a thing that says "fuck you" carved in the ceiling.
Wait, are you guys upstairs or are you guys downstairs?
No, we're all downstairs, Brood.
Oh, I thought you had gone upstairs with Powwow. Well,
No,
Shieldbreaker,
once I dumped the children, I came back down.
we will go to buy some horses, and then we will. So just so I have them in the morning when we want to eat grass.
All right then.
All right, we will go until we smell horse shit.
Okay.
Away we go.
So you make your way. The smell of food is filling the air. The smell of spilled alcohol is filling the air. And you're just doing your best to just go sniffing around trying to find the smell of shit in the air. And eventually waft hits your nostril. And you make your way north toward this open field where you see a series of stables.
Perfect. So we have me, Zero, Powwow.
We just need 2 horses and
Gordon.
a carriage.
Oh, that's true too. But just in case, carriages are very expensive. Me, Zero, Powwow, Barden, Phineas, Billy, 7, and then you. So yeah, we'll see what's more expensive: 5 horses or a carriage. And so yeah, we'll go to the stable.
Okay. Inside, you see inside the main stable, you see a red-haired female, dressed in like full riding gear, riding leathers, and she's just brushing one of the horses. She turns around and is like, "Can I help you?"
Hello, mademoiselle. Mon compatriot and moi, we are looking for horses and perhaps a carriage, depending. We're shopping around, so if for riding horses, what would it take for, peut-être 7 horses, or 2 horses and a carriage?
Well, each one of our horses, highest quality you can buy, by the way. Our riding horses, 75 gold apiece.
Okay.
Our carriages are 100 gold.
Whoa. Okay.
Now those don't include the saddles or saddle bags or bedding or feeding or anything like that?
We would require 2 horses, I think, and a carriage, and probably 3 days of feed, at least. Um, and I think the carriage will carry most of the things we do on these saddlebags.
Yeah, we should be all right. At least until our next stop.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's going to be 250 gold for the horse and carriage.
Okay.
And then for the feed, that is 2 gold per pound.
How long does that pound last?
Depends on how much you feed a horse.
Well, I want to feed them enough.
1 pound of feed should last them about a day and a half.
Okay. So 2 pounds per horse is 4 pounds, and you said two. How much gold per pound?
It's 2 gold per pound.
2 gold, so 8. So we are at 258 gold.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Shieldbreaker, where are we at with our goal? Is 258 a reasonable sum for us? I'm kind of
We'll be fine.
okay. Then 258 gold will be fine.
And did you want these for delivery? Did you want these now?
So we will be coming by. Okay, so this is awkward to phrase. How early in the morning do you have somebody manning these stables?
I can have someone here as early as you'd like.
I think about around sunrise we will be coming over, and then mounting up on the carriage and trying to leave town. Not that we do not love Amphil, which is a very nice place, but you know how it is with the roads. You want to make good time.
Right. Okay, no worries. She goes over to the countertop and opens up a ledger, does a transaction history, and makes a receipt, and then the name on the receipt.
It will be Sir Percival Sandwich. Or here, hold on. Sir Percival Sandwich. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, merci beaucoup. We'll see you in the morning.
Au revoir.
Hold up, mademoiselle. And yeah, we'll head back to the bar.
Okay.
Hey, that was pretty good, guys.
Look at that. French negotiations. Wow.
And as you make your way back to the bar, you find yourself in. The darkness is slowly starting to creep over, taking over the daylight, and the night is slowly coming upon you. And that's where we're going to take our break. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll finish up the rest of this episode. So we'll see you then.
Usk. That's it.
Oh, the Guy Lepui?
Yeah.
The
That's
Poutine Weenie? Y'all ain't never
You
been
don't
to
like no
Poutine Weenie?
yeah.
Haven't
Get
seen
my
that one.
brother.
goddamn Poseidons.
Goddamn Poseidon's in my turlet.
I think it's the word turlet that gets me.
Ireland.
I think it's
I'm a
I think
turlet.
it's Guy Lepui that gets you.
It's that whole fucking scene.
It was unnecessary. Like it wasn't even like
It wasn't. It had zero value to the movie. It had zero value to Kevin Smith or John's careers. Like none.
But it informed
But it
so
was
much
complete fucking art.
of Borone/Royce's idea of what it means to be Elvish.
so. You guys make your way back to the bar.
Yes.
It's livened up even more since sundown, because of sundown. So the bar is a little bit more full, a little bit more people drinking, a little bit more people eating. What would you like to do?
I do think we have a morning bright and early, don't we, gentlemen? So maybe just another pint or two, and then we sleep for the night.
Perfect. And Thera goes to the bar and starts buying drinks. And also a meal. I'm hungry.
That is my man, Joshua.
Crazy shit happens every time I go to sleep, so I'm going to go to sleep now.
More time for crazy shit.
Okay.
I throw
Night
gold on the table and say this, or silver, sorry, not gold, and say this one's on me.
Everyone begins cheering, and Arlioso begins serving out drinks at a blistering speed.
And a meal, please.
And the meal. Okay. She brings you like a plate of fresh meats, some greens, and then another ale to go with it.
Sweet.
It's like
I'm gonna
there's-
get moderately drunk and go to bed. And
okay. As
I
you-
will have a pint and go to bed.
Okay. As you all enjoy yourselves for the evening and eventually find yourself to bed, you all begin to fall asleep. Some of you stay there and begin just giving watch because you don't sleep. And then powwow. You have a familiar dream. That's not the right music. You begin to have a familiar dream.
Oh.
You find yourself among mists, not uncommon to you or not unknown. They surround you thickly, and you begin, as you make your way through it, you begin losing yourself. Eventually, you find a clearing in the fog. Dark. The moon high above you. You find yourself out in the wilderness. In the middle of this opening, surrounded by dark trees and thick fog, is a table. On one side, a chair. The other side, a mirror.
Head on over and take a seat.
Okay. You sit down at the table. There's a wine glass upside down, standing on the rim, and a bottle of a wine on the table as well. A figure in the mirror appears. The familiar figure that you've spoken with before. Yourself. Slightly more muscular, more matured, and aggressive in features. So, you have learned to play with the dead. I see.
I've dabbled with it. It has severe limitations.
And what have you learned?
The spells that I use are simplistic at best. Basic commands, and if I don't re-up it, they just go wild on their own and I lose control of them. And it makes it difficult in a civilized society that they're so unaccepted.
As you're speaking, he, through the reflection of the mirror on his reflected table, he lifts his glass, turns it over, and pours a glass.
I'll just subconsciously copy his movements.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
It's tedious, but at the same time, at best they're just cannon fodder. I don't really expect them to do much. It would be nice to have something more useful, but at the same time, those companions I travel with are quite capable themselves.
Be careful of those who you surround yourself with. At any given moment, they could betray you.
Turnabout is fair play.
You know what the worst thing about betrayal is? It never comes from the enemy.
I take it you've been betrayed many times.
Many. But you have learned the secrets of the dead. It's no small feat. I, too, learned my way around the corpse. You have something at your disposal, now, on your person, that can help you.
I have something. But like this doll?
Doll.
I pull out. It's this strange looking doll. It's familiar for some reason, but I've never seen this before.
Interesting. Is that made from Blinksy?
Yes, it does say on the back.
No, that is not what I mean.
Well, you're being cryptic. Is it in my soul?
No. Something you have made yourself.
My charm?
Think. What have you made for yourself? Your own hands.
My potions? I've made my charm for magic casting. What else have I made myself?
A skull.
Oh, yes,
May I?
by all means.
You place the skull on the table, and this figure picks up the reflection of it. I too have, like I said, had my way around the graveyard, then perhaps you can make your way around one as well. And he puts it on the reflected table and puts his hand over it, closes his eyes, and the fog deepens around you and concentrates into his palm as this skull begins to transform into another skull. It's the same skull, but the crown of the skull is missing at this point. There are runes engraved into the sides of the skull. The crown now replaced by glass, and inside this glass, you see the visage of a cemetery. Take this.
Sure. Who are you?
I am the ancient. I am the land. And with that, the fog intensifies around you. And you're back in your normal dreamscape.
I am the ancient. You pompous ass.
You can that item is in your journal. The rest of you find sleep comfortable, albeit, on a hay bed, but you find sleep. And eventually the morning comes to you. You all awaken to the smell of fresh cooked meats and breakfast foods. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna activate my disguise and head downstairs.
Okay.
Oof.
I'll do the same. And start setting up my spells
I
for
should
the
probably
day.
wake Powwow up first.
When I wake up, I immediately look at my charm, my focus and everything.
Okay.
Is it the skull?
It is.
Oh shit!
Ravi, it's happening. I'm getting magical.
What?
I had a fun dream. I'm excited to use this. Does it require attunement?
Does.
Yes. Okay. So, first things first, I will attune to it.
Okay.
I will meet you down there momentarily.
Sure. I'm gonna make sure our stuff is still good.
Okay.
Downstairs I go.
Okay. You make your way downstairs, and Arliosa is there, like walking into the door as you're coming down the stairs. Oh, well, I hope you slept well.
Always do. Thank you very much.
Of course. Can I get you something to eat for breakfast?
I'm not a big breakfast person.
It's surprising
Oh,
you're so
thank you.
big.
Large meals throughout the day.
Okay.
I was wondering if I could make sure that our items were still in your storeroom. It's
Absolutely.
nothing personal.
me-
I just want to be thorough.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure everything's good in the kitchen first, and then I'll be right with you.
Sure.
And
I'm
then
gonna take a look
she-
around, see if there's anything.
Anything funky?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah, while she's up doing her thing.
There was a few people who were asleep at the table, probably passed out from drinking throughout the night. But other than that, everything looks normal.
All right. Cool.
The rest of you awaken out of your trances or out of your sleeps, and you
Throw
find
on
your
the
way.
disguise. Head
Throw-
down.
Throw on your disguise and head down.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Eventually, every member of the party congregates downstairs. Find one
Before
large table. Okay. Yeah.
Before I head down, I siphon through my bag to get a proper amount of bones for a corpse, and I'll speak my command word to put it into the skull.
Okay. As you do, the bones begin to deteriorate into dust and swirl around you, and then siphon themselves through the nostril of the skull, and you see inside like a snow globe. This corpse appear wandering around inside.
Whew. I head. Percival, and then I head downstairs.
Okay. Okay.
Flawless.
You find Shieldbreaker, you were the first to see a large enough table to accommodate everyone. You go over there and claim it as your own. And as everyone begins to come downstairs, they all begin to make their way to that table. Arliosa eventually coming to you, he goes, "I'm ready for you, darling."
All right, I'll go with her.
You go over to the storage closet and she pulls the familiar key from her hip and unlocks the door. You go inside and you inspect the barrels. The same carvings on the tops as what was put on there before. And you feel confident these are the same barrels that you deposited.
Okay. They don't look like they've been tampered with at all.
Not at all.
Cool. All right. Well, then I'm actually gonna grab those and take them out because we're about to get moving.
Okay. No worries. The rest of you are
I'm just gonna walk back to our table.
sitting around the table as R4 comes approaching you with these two large barrels. One above his shoulder and one just, against his ribs. Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
We should get merch that says "Bye, Mike."
Bye,
I
Mike.
can only stand for
Bye,
like
Mike.
a certain amount of time.
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
So,
So, so yeah, if we're good to go, we should grab our carriage and head out, right?
I agree.
No objections here.
Mm-hmm.
Are Billy and Phineas with us?
they are not.
Yeah.
I'll get them.
You
Okay.
go up there.
I'm gonna as I step onto the stairs. Madam Starhenge, do you happen to have a second key for a room?
I have a master key.
May I borrow that for a moment? Our two remaining compatriots are drunk and locked in their room with their key.
I will escort you to the room. I won't just hand out the master key.
Also fair. Thank you very much.
Of course. And she puts away the things that she was dealing with and brushes her hands off on her cloak and shimmies her way back up to you to the stairs. And then you find your way to the door where you dropped off Billy and Phineas. And she gives a little knock first. Excuse me. Boys? No reply. And she unlocks the door. And as you enter, they're just still passed out drunk.
I'm gonna pick the key up from the floor and hand it back to her.
Okay.
I've got this from here. Thank you very much.
No problem. No worries. Better get them a little bit of hair of the dog. And then she scurries down the hall back downstairs.
Once I know she's far enough away, I'm gonna grab both beds. I just start shaking them violently.
Okay. As you can do that, they, one of them just jumps up and goes, "Earthquake! Earthquake! Earthquake!" and then falls out of the bed, and then lands like right on his hip and just begins groaning in agony. And then the other one just wakes up scared as shit.
All right. Once they, I'll let them collect their bearings for a moment. Good morning, breakfast, and then we leave in 10 minutes. Get dressed.
Okay. And then they begin getting to it.
And I head back downstairs.
Okay. So everyone's now at the table. If anyone would like to order breakfast, they could.
I shall.
Okay.
I shall.
Yep.
Okay.
So 3.
3 meals.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the small gnomes who helps Arliosa bust the table takes your order and then rushes it back to the kitchen.
All right. How much will that be?
It's going to be about 1 copper a plate.
All right. 3 copper. Here you go, sir.
Thank you. And then eventually the plates of food are brought to you. There's like sausages and potatoes and like 2 eggs and some bread.
Cool.
A hearty breakfast. Yeah, we'll eat that and then get on the road, boys.
Yeah, I don't really need anything.
I don't think I do either.
I was thinking some ranged, like throwing weapons, possibly, but I don't think the town will have too much of that.
I'm going to refresh roll 20 real quick. Hang on.
Need.
Yeah, it
It's just a
crashed for me
longbow.
too.
What's that? Oh.
Oh, that for Thero, he just needs a longbow.
I like my short bow a lot.
But
It's
like,
so convenient
why?
because I have that quick shield, and I could swap to my rapier quickly. And if I have a longbow, I don't think it would be that quick. I don't know. Would it? I feel like that RP wise would be a little weird.
I think you'd be fine.
A bow is a bow.
Yeah, bows are
say
bows,
so.
bows are bows. You run into trouble with crossbows because crossbows, like,
The full reloading thing.
yeah, it takes like your turn to load. But as a rogue, it doesn't really matter. Although you might not have proficiency with it either. To
As a
matter.
rogue, it wouldn't matter because you don't have extra attack.
That's what I'm thinking. But it also wouldn't matter because you don't have proficiency with heavy crossbows. So you're all like a D8's a D8's a D8's a D8. And a longbow and a light crossbow are going to do that same damage.
All right, cool. DM, can I check the local town, see if there's a longbow around?
Yeah. I mean, you can make your way to along the way later once you make your way to the stables. There's definitely a lot of horseback archery to be had here in Amphail, so you can definitely try to get your hands on a longbow.
Sweet. I'm gonna make my way around and do the best I can for that.
Okay. Once breakfast is all had and tabs have been settled, you all stand up and make your way outside. Before you leave, Arliosa stops you, Beaurenay.
Yes.
And she thanks you for all the stories that you told. And that the bar was so much more livelier than she had seen it in a while because of you and your stories. And as a gift she takes from around her neck this necklace and this wooden ring that she has shown to you before, adorned with wood nymphs. She goes, "This was given to me by a man named Kelter Dardragon. He gave it to me as a favor, and he said that he loved me, and that whenever I needed assistance, or if I needed anything, just to whisper his name, and he would appear. I've never had the need to do so. So maybe on your adventures, he can help you." And she gives you this ring.
It's a ring
It's a
or a
wooden
necklace?
ring adorned with dancing nymphs.
Okay.
And she kept it on a necklace.
Well,
I really hope it doesn't yank that dude through the nether, only to find out that it's not even the chick that. Yeah, that would fucking suck.
thank you very much, Mama Ariosa. This is the drinks and the rooms are plenty, but I do not know if you could tell, but Missy Me and moi, we are on a very difficult journey, a very important one. So, if this gives us any aid, it will be very important, and I am thankful for it.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you very much. And hey, good luck with the festival, all right? It should be a très bon time for your bar.
I hope so.
I know so. Have a good festival, Mama.
All right, enough flirting, servant. These bones won't dig themselves.
I'll be back.
They're calling Monsieur Saint-Louis. We should get going. Servant? You fucking serious? I cast message and be like, all right, in front of the townsfolk, that's one thing.
But
I'm not saying you shouldn't have done it then, but I am saying don't fucking say it on the road.
Don't say it out of this disguise, motherfucker.
Yeah, you got 6.5 hours.
What disguise?
Yo, he just got those clothes now.
Oh man.
I'm fighting words.
We didn't realize it, but Powwow actually just stuck out and bought those clothes.
Oh yeah, he is Dr. Personal Sandwich.
Like, all of us are using rings of disguise, but Powwow's just like going fucking 150% into this.
Oh, he's
whole
just a new
disguise
person
shit.
now.
Yeah. Powwow has established a new identity. Powwow is dead. Long live Sir Percival Sandwich.
Get drunk on the power. Reinventing yourself is fun once. The 10th time it becomes
Confusing.
oh,
So
by the 20th time it's confusing.
How are our kids? How are billion?
They're hungover
Phineas.
at it. They're hungover out of all mind and sore, unbelievably. And they are following you to wherever you're leading them, but they are doing it
Fantastic.
quite a bit slower than you are.
Now, boys, we have Bochinor says a new carriage, and we are headed to sit down and to believe. It is not north of Tribor. That is where we're going.
it's an escort mission. They should know where they're going.
Warmbrain Shield. That's where we are going.
Yeah.
Well, they might need a reminder that they're in the land of the living. Wink, wink.
Along the way,
they are.
Theo, you're able to pick up a longbow for 25 gold if you will
All right.
pay that.
I'll mark it. Thank you.
Okay. So you can, if you need me to, I can add the longbow to your character sheet, or
I'll handle it.
Or I can.
okay.
Got it.
Yeah, Mike also has access to your character sheet.
Yep, yep.
Yep. So
Yep, yep.
Yep.
You make your way to the stables and pick up your carriage and your horses. No issue.
All right. Let's get on the road.
Billy and Phineas mounts up in front. They pull the cloaks over their face real low, block out as much sun as possible, and they give it a yah and begin making their way. Once you've loaded the carriage with yourself and the casks as well. Goes without saying.
Oh, of course.
And we are back on the road.
On the road again.
So you eventually leave out the north gate of Amphale along the long road. Yeah.
I'll pull out my new skull. Barone, Savian,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever seen anything like this before?
Have I? I don't think so.
Savian says, "Where did you get this?"
In a dream.
It's impossible, but okay.
This was the wooden skull that I carved.
Well,
To be or not to be?
May I?
That's the question.
Absolutely.
he looks at it and looks at the sides. This is not your wooden skull.
Alas, poor powwow.
This, I know this. This was deep in the vaults of what the castle formerly known as Ravenloft. This is the skull of the former king of Ser. You see, before it was Bardrovia, before it was Balrovia, the land belonged to the country of Sire. And the king, betrayed at one point by, it is unknown at this point, but his skull commemorated, carved into. And this monument in the skull is his crypt. So once again, this didn't come to you in a dream. And this is not the skull that you carved.
Who is the Ancient One?
The Ancient One. There are many Ancient Ones.
Have you ever met someone who, say for instance, looks a lot like me, maybe a bit older, buffer, stronger, more mature?
How many hands does he have?
He had 2 hands.
Hmm.
No, I can't say that I have.
Well, I shared a lovely glass of wine with him, and then he took my carved skull in the dream and gave back this skull and said, "This'll help." And by damn, I woke up with it.
Is there anything? Is it like an arcane focus? Is there anything about it?
Well, I think there's some space in the cart. I'll speak the second command
Okay.
to summon forth.
Okay. What is your command word, by the way?
Oh,
Your first
boy.
and second.
Oh, I'm gonna have
Well,
to think about that.
Yeah, we'll deal it out later.
Yeah. Hambone, stank.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
I
you
like
speak
it.
your command word, the corpse inside that was walking around vaporizes, and the jaw of the skull opens, and a pume of this black, degraded powder shoots toward the floor of the carriage and whirs around it, and they begin clinging to bone. Would you like a skeleton or a zombie?
It'll be a skeleton because
Okay.
it was out of my bone bags.
Okay.
Mine, the skull, I had to improvise. It's just a hand.
Yeah. The skull. This skeleton appears with no head, just another hand missing a middle finger, appears on top, where the top shoulder blades. But before you stands a skeleton.
And there it is.
What the skull does is it conjures skeletons.
I can place a skeleton or a corpse into it and then command it to come back out like animate dead. It also has practical emergency uses. Say one of you dies and I don't have a spell slot, I can just throw you in here and you'll be safe.
Oh wow.
Till
How
I can
many?
bring you back. Just one.
So it's just a body freezer.
Right.
A good one.
Huh.
And does it not? What if you put an unconscious or even a living person in it?
It has to be a corpse, from what I understand.
A dead person, and
How
it
fresh is
doesn't.
it?
That's true too.
Doesn't matter. Just a corpse.
And it doesn't affect the timer for your revivize.
Correct. It is frozen in time, essentially.
Oh.
And then you can bring it out. Do you have to bring it out as an animate dead spell?
I just have to throw another corpse into it. So, if I just got just a foot bone, and threw it in there instead, just to replace the current thing.
Well, in theory, should one of us fall in combat, hopefully we've at least killed somebody else.
Indeed.
Oh, we will.
Is there any limits? Like if we
primary-
killed a giant, could you put a giant corpse in there?
Medium or small?
Okay.
Specifically humanoid. So I guess a giant would be a humanoid, but in a very big...
Yeah, so no goblinoid, well, maybe. No dragons, no beasts, nothing like that. No demons.
And medium or small size.
No, the medium demons.
If you like, I can show the skull to everyone.
Oh yes.
Sure.
I click show to players. I don't know if it's showing you.
Not yet.
No.
All right, I'll just put the screenshot in Discord
Okay.
after the session.
Got it.
So, you guys begin your next day journey along the road north toward Tribor. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Hell yeah.
So, thanks for everyone that came in tonight. I'll see you all next week. And everyone say goodbye now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye
Bye now.
now.